Hi, my name's Jersian and welcome back to a week of Jersian games. This week we'll be playing on Nintendo Switch. My Switch is docked, so I am playing Pokemon Violet, and today I'm going to catch a Pokemon and train it up so it can be viable competitively or in raids. And this Pokemon has seen a lot of play in raids, and I'm going to show the most popular way to use it, plus a different way that it could also be helpful when attacking is not the only thing you can do. So let's go catch that Pokemon. Oh, there we go. The Pokemon that I want to train is an Azumarill. And there are Marill, so let's just pick up a Marill. Oh yeah, that's my Hydreigon. Say hello to Marill, your new friend. Let's go with the Quick Ball. And if you have done some raids, you may have seen a lot of Azumarill, and a lot of them only do one thing. I'm going to make one where you'll be able to do two different things depending on the situation. So we have caught this Marrow. Ooh. All right. Hey, Marrow. It is a water fairy. It is modest. We wanted specifically to be this impish. Does not have the correct nature that we want. It says modest by nature. We're going to change its nature with a mint because we want ours to be impish. Impish is a nature that will up its defense and lower its special attack because our marrow will not be special attacking at all. All right, so let's go and show you where you can buy those mints. You may have some from raids or some that you may have picked up, but in case you don't have one, I'll show you where to buy them. And we are going to fly to Montenevera in the north. This town is also where we will hyper train, but in order to hyper train, our Pokemon has to be level 50 or above. So we'll be returning here after we train our Marrow. Fly to the Pokemon Center, and we have this shop. I like to buy. There we go. It's only 20,000 Poké Dollars for an Impish Mint. And that's it. We're good for now. And here we are. We bought the mint, and we are going to use this Impish Mint in order to change our Marrow's nature. There we go. Our Marrow's nature has changed. And now what we're going to do is we're going to train up that Marrow. A Pokemon can have a total of up to 508 stats. And those stats are what we call EVs. Sorry, 4 EVs equals 1 stat. I'll put a graphic on the screen to explain it. So the regular basic spread for a Pokemon is having 252 EVs invested in one stat, 252 EVs invested in another stat, and the remaining 4 in a third stat. And you're asking, let's go even more basic. If you want to know what the stats are, the Pokemon stats are its HP, attack, defense, special attack, special defense, and speed. And our Marrow will have attack, it will be defensive, and the remaining EVs will go into HP. So let's train up its let's train up its attack. What I'm going to use, I'm going to give an item first to my Pokemon, and these are the power items: Power Bracer, Belt, Lens, Band, Anklet, and Wing. The Bracer will make my Pokemon gain more attack EVs, and if I defeat one Pokemon, that's one attack EV. The Bracer will add 8 EVs to that Pokemon, and we're giving that to our Marrow to hold, and Marrow won't be fighting because since experience is shared every time you defeat a Pokemon, the Pokemon's EVs will transfer to the Pokemon to the whole party, actually. So here we go. In this area in Glacialo Mountain, these Pokemon will give attack EVs. Pokemon that I will be fighting, and it's going to take a while, so I maybe fast forward through this part, but just know that I have to knock out enough Snover and until I get 252 EVs. So let's speed through this. Our Marrow has leveled up and it is now evolving. And we have the famed Azumarill. The Pokemon that I need to defeat to get attack IVs in Glacial Mountain are Cubchoo, Snover, Greavard, and Houndstone. All of these Pokemons, except for Houndstone, give one attack EV, Houndstone giving two, but it's a easy way to raise your EVs. As I said, I'm not only getting 1 point from each Pokemon I defeat, since my Marrow is wearing the Power Bracer, that is plus 8, so I am getting 9 from every Pokemon I defeat. As I continue this to fight these Pokemon and raise my EVs, there's something I wanted to share. In case you weren't paying close attention and you suddenly defeat the wrong Pokemon, a Pokemon that, let's say, gives me special defense or gives me a different type of EVs that are not the ones you are looking for, there are berries that you can use to reduce those EVs gained by mistake. Each berry will reduce 10 points of that undesired EV. Luckily, I haven't made a mistake so far, and I'm only fighting the Pokemon that give attack EVs. We'll finish soon, and then I'll show you what it looks like. And with this final Dark Pulse, I have defeated 30 of the Pokemon that give me one attack EV, so my Azumarill's attack IVs should be maxed. Let me show you how to check them. Go into your Pokemon and press Check Summary. You'll press once towards the right, and here, where you could see its stats, you could press the L, and the attack stat is shining. You see those little stars around the attack? That means that the Pokemon has maxed out that stat. It can't gain any more attack, so it is 252 EV points into that attack. Now let's go train defense. I'm going to give it the power belt to hold, so every time I defeat a Pokemon that gives me defense EVs, I'll get plus 8 of those EVs. Hi everyone, if you finish the game, you have reached this area, Area 0, and I am going inside and I'll be doing my defense EV training in this area, because there is a Pokemon that gives 3 defense EVs. If I combine that with my power item, it's going to total into 11 EVs gained for each Pokemon defeated. Let's go. And here's our first Iron Thorns of the day. Garganacl is another Pokemon that gives 3 defense EVs, so defeating Iron Threads and Garganacl will help me speed up this defense EV training as much as possible. Let's get to it. And with that final Iron Threads, our Pokemon Azumarill now has perfect defense stats. The defense stats have gone up to 252, as well as its attack. I said there are remaining 4 stats left over, and since my Pokemon is going to be using an attack that will lower its own HP, I want to give my Pokemon the chance to survive that. And how we are going to do it is by giving it an HP up. The remaining of the EVs are going to be done via vitamin. You can do as much as you want via vitamin. What I want you to remember is that 1 bottle of vitamin equals 10 points. Hi, now my Azumarill is fully trained. Where am I heading in order to make sure that I did all the EVs correctly? Well, I am going to Levincia, specifically the southern portion. Let's fly there and I'll show you which NPC you have to talk to. Once you reach the Pokemon Center, head north into the town, and then I'm going to turn in this alley right here, and across the green lawns, there's this Pokemon trainer with a Luxio. So I'm gonna ask her, you want to know if your Pokemon has really been giving it their best effort? As I said, I was training their EVs or effort values, and please check on my Azumarill. Your Azumarills really worked hard. Here, I'll give you something to show and put in a lot of effort. Once your Pokemon gets awarded that item, Error Ribbon, it means that it cannot receive any more EVs. There is another value apart from assert values that set Pokemon apart from each other, and these values will determine how strong a Pokemon can grow in any specific stat. I will show it on the screen, but when you go into your game, having beaten the game and unlocked the judge function, I'll press the plus button for the judge, and I can see that this Asumaro has decent stats and pretty good in some areas. Again, in the graphic, you'll know what this means, but what we're looking for is perfect. If a Pokemon has 31 points into those individual values, it would say best. Now, Asumaro is 4 levels from level 50. Once we get to level 50, we can actually train up those stats by what is called hyper training. In order to hyper training, you need an item called bottle caps, and you can buy those right here at Levincia. Hey everyone, I want my Azumarill to learn a move, what is called an egg move. Usually you can get these moves through breeding, but in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet there is a simpler way, and it's by using the Mirror Herb. I'm going to give my Azumarill a Mirror Herb to hold, and I will also be going into Azumarill's moves, and I am actually going to forget a move. I need one move slot to be empty. In case you haven't noticed by now, the move that I'm going to teach my Azumarill via the Mirror Herb is Belly Drum. And this Harijama right here has the moves. In order to teach the move, as I said, my Azumarill is holding a Mirror Herb and it only has 3 moves. We are going to start a picnic. There you go. You don't even have to make a sandwich or anything. I'm just waiting for my Pokemon to teach each other. So let's pack up this picnic and check on our Azumarill. And Azumarill has learned Belly Drum. Alright, I'm going to rearrange it just for my taste. And the moves that we'll be giving this Azumarill will be Play Rough, Liquidation, Belly Drum, and Charm. Why Charm? Because once it learns Charm, it means that in a raid you will be able to do more than just attack. If the opposing Pokemon is physically a physical attacker, not a special attacker, you can lower its HP and that lower its attack stat, and that will help a lot because most recently we've been seeing Pokemon that use bulk up during raids, and that is no fun. And with that, our Azumarill has reached level 50. Now we can go ahead and fly to Montenevera and show you the NPC for hyper training raids. Yes. I want to train the one on my team. It's an Azumarill. And I want to use bottle caps because I don't have golden bottle caps. If you had golden bottle caps, it would raise all the stats. Okay, so here I'm using 5 bottle caps to raise up all its individual values up to 31, which is perfect, which is best. But instead of best, it is going to say hyper trained, which means the Pokemon stats individual values are at 31, but a hyper trained one will not pass the stats through breeding. Let me show you. When you go to the judge function and press plus, haha, instead of best, it's going to say hyper trained. That is the same thing as if you had a 31 number, 31 stat, or the word best in individual values. All right, so that is our Asumaro all ready to help people online, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any more questions about EV training, IV breeding, if you have any questions about competitive, if you want to train a Pokemon and don't know what moves to give it, or you don't know if the Pokemon is viable, what nature it should have, let me know. We can figure something out together. So this is it for the first day of the second week of Jersey and Games. See you tomorrow. There will be another video, so stay tuned. Bye.